Alright, this video is a chapter 13 little review video. This will go through everything that is going to be on the test that we have learned in this chapter, just as a quick review. So it says, for numbers 1a through 1e, select yes or no to indicate if a rectangle with the given dimensions would have a perimeter of 50. Well, we know perimeter is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. And I'm going to use that for this problem. So I'm going to multiply. It says the length is 25. I'm going to go ahead and multiply that by 2. I know 2 times 25 is 50. So I'm just going to put that off to the side here. And the width is 2. So if I multiply that by 2, I get 4. I add those together and that gives me 54, which means nope, that's not going to work. Once again, 20 times 2 is 40. 5 times 2 is 10. 40 plus 10 equals 50. So yes, that will work. The length is 17, so if I multiply 17 times 2, 2 times 7 is 14, carry the 1, 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So I know this is 34. 8 times 2, one of our basic facts, which is 16. And if I add those together, they equal 50, so yes, that would work. For the next one, my width, I can easily multiply that by 2. 5 times 2 is 10. 2 times 15 is 30. So 30 plus 10 equals 40, which is not 50. 15 times 2 again is 30. 10 times 2 is 20. 30 plus 20 equals 50, so that would work. Okay, guys, on the test, just like on a regular test, you're going to want to have a piece of paper to do your work on so that you can catch these simple mistakes. All right, so the next one is a multi-step problem. The swimming club's indoor pool is in a rectangular building. Marco is laying tile around the rectangular pool. So we want the gray area. We don't want to put tile inside the pool. So it says, part A, what is the area of the pool and the area of the pool and the walkway? So the area of the pool is this blue rectangle. And I know that the dimensions, the length and width are 16 and 20. So I'm going to multiply. 2 times 6 is 12, carry the 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. And remember, we're doing powers of 10, so put your 0 in there. So 320 meters is for the pool. Now for the pool and the walkway, I need to figure out which numbers to use. So I know that the length and width are 26 and 22. So I'm going to go ahead and do that math. 26 times 22. 6 times 2 is 12. Carry the 1. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. Remember our little turtle head. We're done with this, so we lay an egg. 2 times 6 is 12. Carry the 1. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. 2 plus 0 is 2. 5 plus 2 is 7. 5 plus nothing is 5. Okay. So that means this is for the pool and the walkway, which is part A. What is the area of the pool? So I know the pool is 320 square meters. And the pool and walkway is 572 square meters. Now it says for part B, how many square meters of tile will he need for the walkway? Well, we know we're not going to put tile inside the pool, so we're going to take our 572 from up here, and we're going to subtract 320 because that's the area of the pool. 2 minus 0 is 2, 7 minus 2 is 5, 5 minus 3 is 2. So that means we're going to need a total of 252 square meters. All right. So the next section, and these are very similar to your test questions, match the dimensions of the rectangles in the top row with the correct area or perimeter in the bottom row. My suggestion, find the area and perimeter of all of these and then do the matching. That way, if you make a simple mistake, it's easy to catch which ones you need to look at. So I'm going to do the area first just because it's just a simple multiplication problem. So I'm going to say the area, 9 times 5 is 45. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 5 is 30 centimeters squared. And 9 times 6 is 54 centimeters squared. So let's check our areas here. 45 centimeters squared. Oh, there we go. 45 square centimeters. So that would match. 36 square centimeters. I do have that, so we have a match. Let's just double check the other two. 30 square centimeters, no. 54 centimeters squared, no. So now let's find the perimeter. Remember, perimeter is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 5 is 10. 12 plus 10 is 22, which means my perimeter matches right here. And we want to double check just in case. It's never a good idea just to mark it because it's the last one. So 9 times 2 is 18. 6 times 2 is 12. 2 plus 8, and I'm going to add those together. So 2 plus 8 is 10. Carry the 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. That is the correct answer. 30 centimeters. Guys, it's very important that you check your math. Perimeter, 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Or you can add these up and multiply by 2. For area, you multiply the length times the width. All right, next question. Kylie puts a large rectangular sticker on her notebook. The height of the sticker measures 18 centimeters. The base is half as long as the height. What area of the notebook does the sticker cover? I suggest always drawing the rectangle if it's not drawn for you. That way you can label the sides that you know. So there's my notebook, and it says the height. Let's see, there's a large rectangular sticker on her notebook. So I'm just going to put another rectangle inside my notebook to represent the sticker. The height of the sticker is 18. The base is half as long as the height. Well, 18 divided by 2 is 9. So half the height is 9. And it says what area of the notebook does the sticker cover? So we're trying to find the area of the sticker. We're going to do 18 times 9. 9 times 8 is 72. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 7 more is 16. So we have 162 square centimeters. All right, the next problem. A rectangular flower garden in Samantha's backyard has 100 feet around its edge. Edge is a key word that you're probably going to be doing perimeter. The width of the garden is 20 feet. What is the length of the garden? Well, we're going to go ahead and draw the garden. And for everything, you can just start off by drawing a rectangle. There's your rectangular flower garden. The perimeter is 100 because we know the edge, so all the way around the edge is 100 feet. The width is 20. So if the width is 20, I need to figure out what the length is. Well, in our formula, perimeter is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Always stick with this formula, and then you can go back and plug in what you know. Well, we know that the perimeter is 100, the outer edge. We don't know what the length is yet, but we do know that the width is 20. So we can replace that W with a 20. Then you just move through and simplify as much as you can. So 100 just comes straight down. Is 2 times the length. We just brought that down because we didn't do anything to it. 2 times 20 is 40. So we're replacing all of this with 40. We're simplifying as we go. So then we know that we can take this 40 away from 100. And that leaves us with 60. So 60 is 2 times the length. Now we're going to do the opposite of multiplication. We're going to divide. So 60 divided by 2. 2 goes into 6 3 times with 6. Bring down my 0. 2 goes into 0 0 times. So that means my length is 30 feet. Gary drew a rectangle with a perimeter of 20 inches. Then he tried to draw a square with a perimeter of 20 inches. Draw 3 different rectangles that Gary could have drawn. Then draw the square if possible. So the easiest way to do this one, do a problem like this, is to do 20 divided by 2 is 10. That means that my length plus my width have to equal 10. So now we've got some options. We could do 1 by 9 because 1 plus 9 is 10. Multiply that by 2, you get 20. I could do 2 times 8. Same thing, 2 plus 8 is 10, times 2 is 20. I could do 3 by 7. I could do 4 by 6. And I could do 5 by 5. All of these would still give me a perimeter of 20. Then it says you're going to pick 3. So it doesn't matter which 3 you do. And then draw the square if possible. We know that a square has to have 4 equal sides. So this would be the square. 5 by 5. All right, Amy and Bert are drawing plans for a rectangular vegetable gardens. In Amy's plan, the garden is 13 by 10. So I'm going to go ahead and draw Amy's garden. She's doing 13 feet by 10 feet. And this is Amy's. In Bert's plan, the garden is 12 by 12. So I know Bert's garden is a square. 12 by 12. This is Bert's. A, the area of Amy's garden is 130 square feet. To find area, 13 times 10. It's 13 times 1, add my 0. That is true. The area of Bert's garden is 48 square feet. Well, 12 times 12 is 144. That is false. And what they actually did is found the perimeter. If I did 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12, then it would be 48. Amy's garden has a greater area than Bert's garden. Well, we found the area of both of them. Is Amy's larger? No, it is not. The area of Bert's garden is 14 square feet greater than Amy's. So we're finding the difference. 144 minus 130. 4 minus 0 is 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. And 1 minus 1 is nothing. So yes, that is true. All right, a farmer planted corn in a square field. Okay, a square field tells us a lot of information. One side is 32 yards. What is the area of the cornfield? Well, if we know anything about a square, we know that squares have 4 equal sides. So if this side is 32, then this side must be 32. I'm going to do the math here. 30, and I'm going to actually do this a different multiplication way. I'm going to break it up into an array here. Because I know for some of you it's easier to do this kind of multiplication. 3 times 3 is 9. Add my 2 zeros back in. 3 times 2 is 6. Add my 0 back in. 3 times 2 is 6. Add my 0 back in. 2 times 2 is 4. Add those together. I have 900 plus 60 plus 60 plus 4. 4 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 4. 6 plus 6 is 12 plus 0 is just 12. Carry up your 1. 9 plus 1 is 10. So we have 1,024 square yards. All right. Harvey bought a frame in which he puts his family picture. What is the area of the frame? Now, the frame is just the gray part. The frame is not this white part. Think of that as the picture itself. But in order to find the area of just the frame, we need to find the area of both. So the area of the photo, so the white part, is going to be 18 times 12, because here's my length and my width here. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. Drop your 0. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 1 is 1. 6 plus 0 is 6. 8 plus 3 is 11. 1 plus 1 is 2. So this is for the photo. Okay. Now to find the area of the entire thing, we're doing 22 times 16. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 2 is 12 plus 1 is 13. Put your 0. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 2 is 2. Add those together. 2 plus 0 is 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. 1 plus 2 is 3. But we are not done because we need to do all of this, subtract the photo. So 352 minus 216, I've got to borrow. 12 minus 6 is 6. 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 minus 2 is 1, which means the area of the frame is 136 square inches. Kelly has 236 feet of fence to use to enclose a rectangular space for her dog. She wants the width to be 23 feet. So she's making a rectangular space. The width is 23. And we need to figure out what the length is going to be. It says draw a rectangle that could be her space. Label the length and width. If the area, or it's just, she wants to use fence. So fence means perimeter. So I'm going to do 236 divided by 2. 2 goes into 2 one time. With 2, nothing left over. 2 goes into 3 one time. With 2, 1 left over. Bring down my 6. 2 goes into 16, 8 times. So I know that both lengths together have to equal 118. The length and the width. So I'm going to subtract 23 from the width, from the size to get the length. 8 plus 3 is 5. 1 minus 2, I can't do that, but 11 minus 2 is 9, which means that my length has to be 95. Okay, I'm going to stop there for part 1. I will do the last half of the test review in a separate segment to make it a little bit smaller. So this concludes part 1.